I'm Ian Anderson, author of Final Cut Pro Efficient Editing and the creator of funwithstuff Emojisplosion. Here, I'll be giving you a few tips on how to get the most out of Emojisplosion. First, you'll want to load up titles, then find funwithstuff Emojisplosion. Each of the templates is a bit different, and they're all sorted into categories. When you're choosing a template, remember that all of them support any emoji you like, so pick a template based on the style of animation that it offers. Drag the template you want to try out into a timeline. Landscape or portrait are fine. Whichever one you pick, you can use the on-screen controls to change position and other properties. Dragging the circle changes scale, but on some templates this is the scale of the particles, and on others it's the scale of the shape, whatever makes the most sense. This angle line usually changes speed, but on some templates, like rainfall, it changes angle. No matter what, you can always find all the controls in the inspector, so let's have a look through them. The first one is the most important, particle source. There's a big menu of common emojis to choose from, and you can use any of them in any template. If you want to use something else, choose custom text. Every template comes preset with a useful alternative emoji that's not on the regular menu, but you can type in whatever emoji you want in the custom text field at the bottom of the inspector. You can bring up the system emoji picker by typing Control-Command-Space or choosing Edit, Emoji and Symbols. All the built-in emoji work, and so do Unicode characters, or even regular characters in any font you wish. Back at the top, drag directly on the numbers to change the parameters. Hold Shift to change the numbers fast, Option to go slow. Speed controls how fast the particles move. Gravity controls how much they fall. Scale controls their size. Initial birth rate is how many will be emitted per second at the start of the template. Lifespan is how many seconds they will live for. Slow birth rate is the time when the birth rate starts to slow down, and end birth rate is the time when no more particles will be made. Timing is important, and a bit different from what you might expect. Most titles will retime themselves automatically, but since that would make particles hard to predict, these all work on a fixed timing system. If you trim them off, they'll just end. Each template lasts for 10 seconds, but if you want one to last longer, just Option drag another copy of the title along the timeline and position it just under the end of the prior one. You'll find other controls on some specific templates, for example with Spiral and Spiral Tunnel, where you can adjust the spin rate and the radius of the circle that the particles are emitted from. Under the main controls are the randomness controls, and each of these controls just how much different each particle is from one another in terms of size, angle, if they spin, and so on. If the particles aren't getting as small as you think they should, turn down the scale control under randomness. There's also a random seed value here, and pressing the little double arrow icon picks a new number, giving you a new random look. Angle of view, under camera controls, can exaggerate or reduce the 3D effect, so choose whatever works for you. Note that the depth of field might be a little slow and might look a bit odd if you do turn it on, and this is a limitation I unfortunately can't work around. It's off by default in all these templates. Color over the lifespan of each of the particles can be changed, and this acts as a tint on top of the regular emoji color. The quickest way to change this is to left-click on the lower gradient ramp to set a new color stop, then right-click on any of these little boxes to quickly pick a new color. It's possible to attach particles to your clips in a couple of ways, and first I'll show you how to do it manually with the sparkler. Place the sparkler above a clip, then use the on-screen control at the beginning to position it where you want it. Down in the advanced controls, you'll see the custom text field I mentioned earlier, and the position field, which is controlled by the on-screen control. Click here to create your first keyframe. Now, move forward in time by pressing the right arrow key once or twice to move 1 or 2 frames, or even shift right arrow to move 10 frames. Next, just move the on-screen control to the new position, and it will make a new keyframe automatically. Repeat this until the end of the shot. It won't take long. The object tracker works well with the single static title, which you could use to cover someone's face. Drag single static directly to someone's face in the viewer, make sure that the person's face has been selected, and then press Analyze. When tracking's complete, click on Transform at the top, then click and drag to move the emoji into place above the person's face. Then click Done. Size and angle changes you make now will stay consistent throughout the tracked area. The words templates allow you to change the word to whatever you like, but it's really important to change one of the birth rate settings or the lifespan, or just press the random seed button after you change the word. This will force Final Cut Pro to recalculate all the particles. Finally, don't forget to check out the transitions. They all work in landscape and portrait timelines, and just like the titles, you can change the type of emoji and many other properties. The angle of the line and arc wipes can be changed completely, so you can use them in any direction. If you have any ideas for new templates you'd like to see, send me a message and I'll try to add it in the next version. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you find all my plugins useful.